Welcome, divine children. Welcome to the golden age, tea time. There's some tea. I hope everyone is feeling the expansion. Welcome to the Ascension energy updates on Starseed Evolution United. I hope everyone is feeling the energies is very high. Sorry, I'm kind of adjusting some of my equipment. The energies are really high for the past few months. So I wanted to just to come on to bring in some activations. We're going to do activations for Ascension mastery codes. And I'm just going to open up into a beautiful space, and then I'm going to go into some Kundalini Lightbody and multidimensional source embodiment awareness. So this is bringing something new to awareness, and maybe old for some, maybe new for some. So just take what resonates, and whatever doesn't resonate, it's perfect the way that it is. Everyone is soul aligned to join into a beautiful space with us and to connect through our key codes. We transmit photonic light key codes and all different rays of light. Right now we're going to be transmitting Ascension master codes that are transmitting from the Ascended Masters. Lord Monto golden key codes are also transmitting. So I'm just going to open up into a beautiful divine space and just to bring in the codes first, and then I'm going to move into what I was guided to speak about. What was I guided to share? For the Kundalini awakening experiences that can be terrifying to an unconscious human, unconscious angelic human, star being, star seed, indigo, crystal children, star children. It can be, especially here in the United States, it would be terrifying to a lot of Americans actually experiencing the Kundalini awakenings because we're so unconscious. A lot of us are actually very unconscious and shut down, no awareness of chakras, multidimensional vortexes, lack of awareness of Kundalini awakening. It's really just lack of awareness, at least for us in the United States. Now we have millions of souls that have awakened here. So millions of souls that have awakened, and they set up metaphysical shops and mindfulness conscious communities here in the United States and then around the planet, and also all different types of personal energy healing, yoga, and Reiki too as well. So there is awareness growing, but there's still a lot of unconscious awareness all over the world. But I had my Galactic crystalline Kundalini awakening here in the United States. So it will be terrifying and very bizarre too, all of what is happening to the body, especially because there's no awareness. There's no conscious awareness of Kundalini awakening, energy and vibration, and chi and ka. So nothing about energy either. So it will, if you just see only physical and you only see like what's around you, maybe you're seeing through some boxes or lenses that seem like you could be very closed off. No awareness of what energy and vibration is, then you will have a wild experience with the first light body. So I wanted to be able to bring in and open up into that space, is that it really is just unconscious awareness on many different levels, and it's been happening for thousands of years. So we have a lot to dive into. So this could be a few hours. So just relax, grab some crystals. I'm also going to go into the Andarians, all of the Andaras that are transmitting today. So this will be probably about an hour and 20 minutes. And just relax And just connect into your heart center. And we're going to be activating golden codes of the second ray, which is divine wisdom with Lord Lanto, the ascended master. So we're going to transmit golden rays. And he has been coming in and upgrading all different types of new systems, new rays, new golden light technology, and new divine wisdom, ancient keys that are activating. So I'm going to connect to this beautiful master, and Lord Lanto is going to come from 7 directions within the universe and to connect into our heart center today, to connect into the pineal gland and to connect into our solar plexus, to bring compassion and conscious awareness to our body, our soul, and our mind, inner peace and compassion. Gasanti Shanti. Gasanti no Kursanti. Osanti Nakashanta. Gorshanti Nakati. Gasanturu Shanti Nakata. Asantino Shapush Nakasantina Kuna. Gasanturu Shantina Kush Nakasanti. Oyanakananda de Pakwasanti. We're going to be activating the Ascension Master Keys, Golden Light Keys, and then also the new Aurora Sun light keys are transmitting. It's a Aurora Light Pearl Plasma liquid light transmission that is emanating from the Aurora Sun systems. So we're going to welcome that into our heart space today. Gasantinokona. Gasantinusha Fushanti. Gasantinakana. The Fokushantina Kushantina Kasanti. We're going to activate with multidimensional source mastery codes are going to be transmitting. So we want to welcome that into our heart center. And we're going to connect to the master, Lord Lanto, with the golden ray. Today is going to come in 7 directions within the universe and to connect to the 7 directional system of the universal system within our heart, our body, our soul, and our light body systems and grid work. Gasantuno Shanti. Gasanti. Or Shantino Kushnakananda Fokasantina Kasanti. Lord Lanto is going to send codes of ancient keys of mastery and different virtues into our heart center and to connect to deep sacred inner peace and compassion, pure love, existence, and returning to light. Returning to light is awakening your higher DNA strands. So it really is all the light bodies beyond the 12th strand too as well. So I'm going to just open up into a space to activate codes for the crystalline silica energy matrix, activating strands 12 through 48, and just bring that frequency in. So there's many light bodies that can be activated within our gene code and within the DNA systems. We're going to activate sacred codes of ancient keys of divine wisdom, so we can start to remember about energy and vibration and the currents of source within our body and reconnecting to source. Kundalini consciousness and the Kundalini light body will feel very terrifying and scary to an unconscious person with lack of awareness of what energy and vibration is, or beliefs and programs that are old, false belief systems too as well. Ones that hold more trauma in the body from childhood and teenage years, and also had more contracts that were extremely unconscious contracts, lack of pure love, lack of honor and integrity, lots of control and domination. The experience of that source embodiment, which is the Kundalini rising in the body, could be very terrifying to one that holds pain bodies and deep cellular trauma within the body and the physical body. And that will cause spiritual crises for them to amplify the energies that need to be released to the body, but those timelines can be very extreme for ones that hold cellular trauma, victimization in the body, physical abuse and sexual abuse too as well. So those Kundalini experiences will be very intense for that purification, but also, also the cosmic tree of the universe. So it will explode in light. And after many years of purifying the body, there is a reconnection to source. There is a full embodiment of the multidimensional source consciousness, because the Kundalini experience is the source currents in your body, and that is your embodiment of source. That's your walk-in of source. So there is freedom with that tree, and that's the universal tree of life. You will find peace. You will find peace when you move out of resistance and you move distractions too as well. So we're going to go into activating these keys with Lord Lanto, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Kundalini light body and strands of DNA, multidimensional consciousness existence, and multidimensional source existence. But we're going to go all over the place because there's many avatars on the planet that are awakening, and these avatars are not multidimensional. They don't have multidimensional experiences. So they are a full embodiment of the one, and that one is the multiverse. They are the full embodiment of the all. And I know you've heard this too, right? Probably in different literatures, like the Law of One or Ra. Yeah. Many different channelers on the planet, all different types of ancient keys activating. Okay, so we're going to just move in different directions. And as we move in different directions, you're going to be activated through geometrics and equations and starlight coordinates. And we're going to blow up as a universe today. So anyone who is listening, you will blow up as a universe. You will be expanded because you are all connected to everything that you see out there. You're connected to the earth, the mountains, the trees. You're connected to the universe. You are connected to the galaxies, the Milky Way and the Andromedan galaxies. You are connected to what you call the universe. But the universe is a lot bigger than when you go out and look at the stars. So when you look at the stars, or whatever it is that souls here on the planet were able to discover out there, is way beyond what the universe is. The universe is inside of your body. The universe is multiverse inside of you. You are a walking multiverse, transverse inside of your body. So when I trained my students to do hands-on healing, I make sure that they focus and to focus inner into their inner core, and to remember that you are more than what you just see right here, that you have full access to the multiverse and the universe. And any clients that come into your life, soul family that comes into your existence and into your passageway in order for you to repair their fractals and to ignite their soul when they lay down on your table, that they are a multiverse and a universe, and you'll be able to see all of them very vividly. And we come from a place of that space within inside of us, and that is what you see out there, or whatever the discoveries are of what the universe is. The Kundalini experience is a multidimensional source experience, somewhat, but not really. It's a full embodiment of what you call source consciousness and God consciousness, universal consciousness, cosmic consciousness. There's many names. It's also what you call God too as well. So it doesn't matter. They're all perceptions, and they're multidimensional perceptions, and they're channeled perceptions and translations from frequencies that are higher in higher harmonic universes, and you can say higher frequencies, but they're transmitted frequencies from multiple universal structures and transverses too as well. So just close your eyes as we expand. What is happening is that you are on an incarnate system. When you experience frequencies of source in your body, and you will experience it throughout your whole childhood, you always have experienced it. We are returning to pure love consciousness, and returning to pure light is returning to pure light. You also are advanced beings that came here on a human experience. So you're here to experience, and however you want to experience is your will. Your experience is your will. Your consciousness, your perception is inner. However you perceive outside of your eyes is how you perceive inside of your body. You're on a beautiful experience, and it will be terrifying for some when the Kundalini starts to ignite. And you can call it Kundalini, but that will be the ignition and the ignite of Gaia. The root chakra to the heart chakra is Gaia awakening you, which is Mother Earth. You have multiple eyes and millions of eyes and facets within your body that are able to transmit higher frequencies into transverse. I'm going to say transverse because that's the only word that I can bring in that will be able to expand you to know that you can access the transverse inside of your physical body once you make that reconnection to remember who you are. And you have to remember the process of that process of what you call the crystalline consciousness and the Kundalini consciousness holds a purpose for you to ignite and to start to ignite that transverse awakening. It's a transverse awakening. It's a higher state of consciousness for you to remember that this is not it. Everything that you see, all of your fears and your illusions, your limited belief systems and your struggles and how you wake up and you are terrified that you're not going to pay your bills on time. You're terrified that you're not going to have a car. You're terrified. You have many illusions. When you wake up, you're in stress and fear, or you feel like you'll never amount to nothing too, because that's what they told you, right? So you have to see who, what, and where, and become awareness of what unconsciousness is that was projected into your field. Control and domination and abuse. Most of the time, the stress and the fear in your body is unawareness of repressed energies. Repressed energies, most likely of your whole incarnation, your whole childhood, your teenage years and your 20s. It depends on what contracts that you chose. And those contracts are observation. Eventually, you'll see that it holds a purpose. Everything does hold a purpose as you start to return to light. Crystalline consciousness is pure light. It's pure light, and it really is expanded in consciousness. And when we say expanded, your body stretches. Your body and your cells stretch. A lot of you guys could be experiencing that. That are in our collective pod. Our collective pod, our bodies are stretching. Like you can feel your skin stretching, and your skin stretching the past few days. If you close your eyes and you tune into the frequencies and the ringing and the diamond light frequencies, the diamonds, it sounds like millions of diamonds are rubbing against each other. So it sounds like shh all the time, and that's like trillions of diamonds coming in your field. That is your diamond plasma energy matrix. So those would be your higher strands, and it's a little bit easier actually than the process of the Kundalini experience. The diamond body seems like it's a new navigation, but it's a little bit smoother. You should know how to navigate it. By then you don't go too much into what's coming up. You would know that you have to move out of multidimensional matrices. So you'll be feeling your body stretching and actually stretching and becoming really large. And that's your higher self coming in. So a lot of us are in a major upgrade in the avatar templates. So we finally made it. You should know that you're in the avatar matrix. And the avatar consciousness is because you'll see the threefold flame rays, which is the pink amethyst and the blue ray and the yellow ray transmitting through your facets, your crystal facets, which is like beyond trillions of them in your physical body. So it's actually really cool right now. Really cool experiences, but lots of sleeping, resting, and honoring that it's time for us to shut down so we can upgrade. And that's all that matters. All that matters is your upgrade, your ascension. And we'll go into into that, into that too. It's a big sharing process. Okay, so going into the multiverse and knowing that everyone is their own inner universe and their own multiverse, that's multidimensional perception too as well. So hopefully that will be able to expand you. Many experiences with premature Kundalini awakening will happen at childhood with physical abuse and severe abuse. And you want to close your eyes and say, well, what is that? And really go inward to what you feel like abuse is. Okay? What you feel like severe abuse is, control and domination. Okay. So you want to just close your eyes and see, what do you feel yet? And if you're on a strand 2, or you've activated your strand 3 or 4, when you activate strand 5 and 6 and 7, every strand that you activate, every layer that you pull off, you're going to have a really big, awesome awakening of an awakening of an awakening of an awakening of what you feel like abuse is, what you feel like you're giving your power away. So you want to close your eyes and tune into that today too as well. The Kundalini crystal body is a multidimensional transmitter of source, and it's a full embodiment of pure consciousness, crystalline consciousness, and rainbow diamond light consciousness. It's a purification in the body too, and it gets really, really intense and weird as well. So you will see yourself multidimensionally. You will feel outside of the box, which is good, but your unconscious part of you that listens to everybody's perception and viewpoints and belief systems, there's another part of you that is going to stay anchored just for a little while into all of those identities and aspects of others' perceptions and belief systems too as well. So you could be there for a few years or not. I mean, it's just, it really is your own blueprints that you designed. It's your blueprints, your structures. It's all your templates that you designed, and it's your star maps within inside of you. So it might not be that experience. You could open up fully and really take time, soul dedication, and remove all of your distractions and your attachments. And that's where I want to tell everyone to close your eyes again. And I want you to see into your inner core. What is soul dedication to you? Because as you activate each strand, you're going to realize by the time you get to the fifth strand and the sixth strand, or the 12th strand, it's going to be totally different. So that's why it's an awakening within the awakening within the awakening. You're going to remember that you had all these distractions around, and what you felt was soul dedication was completely the opposite. Most will wake up and dedicate to meditation every single day. Meditation every single day, or yoga. And it's all the way around a 360-degree conscious awareness of the body, of what soul dedication is. Not where we allow all distractions and belief systems to come in. And that means that when they activated that Kundalini frequency, which is the source frequency, their heart and their thymus opened, and that actually elevates them to a higher state of consciousness, where some will just shoot straight up and everything will open completely, and then it turns off, and most likely it will turn off because of fear. Like the unknown, or I'm seeing myself multidimensionally, or I'm seeing through all of my facets and my third eye, and everything that I am, I'm never going to be the same anymore. Okay, or I'm crazy, or schizophrenic, or multiple personality, or whatever it is that you allowed yourself to be programmed with, because you did it as a matrix buster. So you realize you did, if you were definitely in the mental, I call it anything with mental health consciousness, you did all of it so you could be a matrix buster. So thank you so much for everything that you are doing, especially if you had to go into the mission in order to break and bust down the matrices, because a lot of you guys will do that too. So you definitely are a matrix buster, whether you're still in that illusion or not. You are. That's ancestral. So that's all going to be an ancestral too as well. So that could also be, and that's really definitely really heavy here, where we are in the United States. But there is beautiful doctors and therapists and medical that are awakening and are accessing the Kundalini awareness, Kundalini consciousness, light bodies, or energy and vibration. They're becoming more consciously aware. So it's very small if you tune into the collectives, but it's there. Metaphysics, metaphysics and mental health and everything will come together in the next 10 years. It's happening really rapidly because the ones that are the system busters, which are the matrix busters, are the ones that had to set in those huge blueprints and structures in order for them to become aware of something else. And a lot of them will be the new children in the past 20 years. And those are going to be the star children and crystal children, that they'll have to find another way, and a whole another way of existence instead of just medicating everything. Okay, so that could take a while to break down the energies. So those are just examples. Lots of examples. And then also that will be the creation of whatever your ego creates. So the ego system will amp up as you are purifying a source, and you're purifying a source consciousness. So if you can see and recognize your ego is always going to be doubts and beliefs. Anything that has to do with fear energy, that's going to be what's purifying out of your body. And that's what we call the ego, but I'm going to call it the unconscious program, old computer system that will be leaving the vessel eventually. And it's an upgrade. It leaves, parts of it leaves, and then some of it is actually upgraded. And it's upgraded to a crystalline system, a crystalline system. Yes, like a Russian doll. Hmm. It's many different layers and layers that will have to come off, because there's lots of fear frequencies around being outside of the box. Okay, so I'll never be the same again. No, you won't. So Kundalini consciousness, source Kundalini awakening, ascension, initiations. Those of you that are speaking language like rapidly or woke up like I did, speaking ancient Babylonian dialects and speaking to multiple councils, that also can be very extreme too, and very bizarre as well. And that's all a part of the source awakening within your body and that purification. So the first few strands will be the root chakra, and that's all Gaia. So that I call that the Gaia Kundalini current. And then you will have the transverse as you move up to the crown chakra, and the higher chakras are actually inside of your body. They're not outside there either. So there's different currents and all these beautiful currents and God consciousness currents. And that's the reason why there's so many templates that we integrate all the time. Okay. If I was going to assist anybody today that are going to have all of these accelerations of fear, especially when you start to see yourself multidimensionally, or you can see like 6 of your hands. If you can start seeing like a spider in a sense, which is actually really cool, you will be seeing multidimensionally through facets. There's another one that I have not talked about until it became awareness from someone else, a beautiful sister that I met. that I brought awareness going, oh yeah, I experience that all the time, but I've never talked about it yet. Multidimensional source, and then there's multidimensional source abilities. Now, there's some in beliefs in the collectives where they feel like that could be a distortion or extreme. It really it depends on your perception. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit higher now for all of you. So hopefully you'll be able to follow me. Okay. 2017, 2000, I think it was 2017, 2016, 2017, 2018. I had full blown blast opens of source consciousness and multiverse and galactic consciousness, all kinds of really cool stuff. And I was hiding for a long time. So I hid for about 3 years, completely hiding from everyone. From anyone and everyone, and because you hide for a while, because I was speaking light language, but I actually was speaking star language. So speaking it, and then gestures, hand gestures, writing, drawing in it. And then also I would hide in my room, and I would be doing, I call it light warrior chi art. But to you guys, it would look like kung fu. Yeah, but it really is a form of alchemy that light workers usually use in the higher realms. So in the ether realms, like or some on the planet. But it was really rare. I didn't align to anybody that was moving this faster at this rapid speed, or with this type of galactic knowledge. So I'm going to say galactic warrior, and I would sit and hide, and I would move energy and shift energy all around me. But it was actually really cool, and it's a form of language of light dancing. But it's a night to the ones that I see. The ones that I see, they have a good flow to them, a beautiful flow. It seems like they flow and they dance and light, and I think that's beautiful. This is more like Neo, like Neo and Chi, and moving at a light speed. So it was cool, but I hid a lot. So I always would hide. I became very introverted because of all of my beliefs, right? So you allow people, places, and things, and that is your perception. So it has nothing to do with them at all. They are just mirroring what's inside of you, because you're in the fourth dimension if you're still hiding. So in the fourth dimension, they'll just mirror everything in you. So even if you come out and you still have fear in your frequency, in your body, and you are surrounded by unconscious people, places, things, and stuff like that, then you're just going to get a transmission of fear. You're going to materialize it faster because you're vibrating so high. And that's how you materialize all your fears and all your illusions and all of your veils, so you can dissolve them out there. You'll materialize magic and bliss and beautiful moments. So I spent a lot of time in nature. So I highly recommend nature parks, natural parks, especially if you're here in the United States. There's tons of them all over the place. Springs, walking, hiking, nature. So I had the most beautiful experiences in nature. And I was able to see all of the fairy realms, all the magical realms, but I hid for a very long time. So that was about 3 to 4 years hiding. And then you start to bloom. You eventually bloom, and then you realize that it's your ascension and it's nobody else's ascension. So you will become in fear of friends and family, especially if you're from the contracts that are reptilian contracts or draconian contracts. You will have a lot to deprogram for a very long time. Okay, because those beliefs are actually in your ancestral line, and there's nothing wrong with these races. It is a distortion from Atlantis. When we're speaking about distortions of the past few thousand years. Okay, there's many of them that have cleared, and they have cleared and purified and returned to source consciousness and hold a lot of wisdom. Okay, but ones that have these type of contracts or family contracts, you will have a lot of fear in your body, a lot of energy in your body, and also you will be surrounded by third dimensional intelligence. And 3D intelligence or unconsciousness, like really unconsciousness, that's where you know um, that you will have to make choices and to choose. And that's where you will make your choices to align to higher vibrational relationships. And to align to higher vibrational relationships, it's a lot of purification for you to have a pure relationship with yourself and to love yourself. Once you fully love yourself, and that's the process of the beautiful process of Christ consciousness, source embodiment, the most beautiful process is not only coming home to source and to feel the accelerations of source running through your body and transmitting through your body. There's so much more beauty to that than what you can even imagine. It's your self-love. Once you fully 100% love yourself, that's where you will never allow any unconsciousness into your field or ego at all. And if you do, they're most likely triggering your childhood. So you want to look at that. They're triggering narcissism and belittling patterns or energetic patterns or abusive patterns. So they have to trigger these systems inside of you, because a lot of people think that it's other people and it's not. So there's no blaming here. It really is a frequency that's inside of your body. It's a frequency inside of your bandwidth, and that's really all that it is. It's actually inside of you. It has nothing to do with any of the contracts that are lying. All of those contracts are activations in order for you to clear for your ascension. Go Shanti, no Shanti. Go Shanti. Okay, so that's kind of breaking down relationships. Once you fully embody that, there is just there is no more for a lot, and there you're not a people pleaser anymore. There's a lot of a full embodiment of source. There's a lot of recollaborations in order for you to know what pure love is. What is pure love? What is pure love consciousness? And what is a game? What is a game and playing the roles? And you should be able to see everyone in a 360 degree, all their transmissions coming out of their body and all of their intentions too as well. You will see all identities and aspects of source. Yes, this is my master, Lord Lanto, is teaching me that you have to stay in your heart space. It doesn't matter, who cares? When you see the multiverse inside of someone, you just want to sit in the fields and you activate them, and that's it. We're here to hold a space of light. We're not here to hold a space of pointing the fingers at people and blaming people. If you are doing that, you're sitting in judgment, then you will stay there in the Armageddon softwares, because they are actual software systems. You most likely will stay there and you'll have to play it out for a few years. All of us had to. I think I got through mine really fast, but a lot of us are clearing that right now still too. And that's going to be the fourth dimensional grid. So mine, I think, lasted for about a few years. And actually I was clearing since I was 16. So I had a good clearing. We're going to go back to some of my beautiful star family that is on here. And we have our beautiful indigo, Anja Indigo. And we also have our beautiful Matt and a lot of our beautiful star family that are here. So this is definitely going to be for you. Okay. We love you guys so much. The reason why I have to go here just for a minute is just because I have beautiful family come to me a lot, and you feel like you're spiritually awakening. And the ones that hold physical abuse, physical and severe abuse of all different types as a child, physical beatings as a child, and more some than that. Like, that's just how this planet is connected to children and still is. And that's the reason why we're awakening too as well. But the ones that have physical abuse and all different types of abuse and mental abuse, but physical abuse, your psychic centers, your Kundalini awakened during that time. Most likely your Kundalini and your source currents were awakening. All of your centers, and I don't want to say psychic centers because that's old, but I'm going to say all of your source centers started to open when you were a child to heal yourself. To heal yourself at a rapid speed. So the human species can activate crystalline consciousness most likely in the beginning, where certain types of spiritual crises, you can call it spiritual crises, but crises, trauma in children that are severely abused on the planet and beaten every single day, also with weapons, over and over and over again, and that's what they do. Control and dominated. Most of those children's Kundalinis are activated. So that is an awareness for today too. So you definitely were awakened as a child too. And that's still going on today in the collectives. So I wanted to bring that to awareness. And I'm talking about physical hitting, physical ways of discipline too as well. Control, domination, making them cry, and all of this control and domination that is an unconscious programming will cause their psychic centers to open or their source centers to open, which is the Kundalini experiences. And that's where somehow they believe that they develop also mental illness or whatever it is that is the facade behind it, I call it, because a lot of it's just facadeness behind it. There's a lot of networks working behind it, different types of networks too as well in programming. So just coming into awareness, if it's every single day and repeated every single day, then your source centers were open, your Kundalini currents were open. And then also you probably started to develop certain types of energetic pattern, which was your own protection frequencies. And that's the resistance, like your protection and the source currents and the crystal currents were actually healing you at a rapid speed, right? And then healing parts of the consciousness within your body, all consciousness and your subconscious too as well, as every single day that you received this, okay? That you received this unconscious, in a sense, torture from your parents. That's where you will see that you naturally were able to heal yourself. You're a natural healer. You're naturally able to rehabilitate yourself, rejuvenate yourself, which is really cool because it's a part of the DNA system. If you look at it, the one thing is that you will hold the most resistance of protection in the body, lots of resistance in the body of letting that go, because you're like, no way, because you shut down your emotional body. So you want to every day see if you can open up and sit in nature, go for nature walks, and see how you can connect your root chakra to Gaia and ask Gaia to transmute the energies, and do about 20 to 30 minutes, maybe about an hour of meditation every single day, and connect your root chakra for transmutation, and connect to the source grid every single day to get it out in a loving way, with grace and with ease, because Gaia will assist you and heal all parts of you, and will connect I'm going to say there because I see all different types of multidimensional aspects of source, but we'll be able to connect all of those currents to be able to transmute all that shadow energy out of your body. And we'll call it shadow energy for right now. So we'll use certain words today, but I wanted to bring that awareness to you. So the ones that I know that are going, oh my God, you're holding so much fear when your Kundalini light body is activating, you will, because that's your inner child. So there's ones that are like so excited and so free And they're like, yes. And they're having the cosmic source orgasms and they can feel everything and they're so expanded, then they most likely had different contracts. So there's ones that will hold a lot of fear, and the body is going to be really extreme to be able to see everything and remember everything. Multidimensional consciousness. Source consciousness, source embodiment. So you guys could take we could all take together, we could all take many years actually to clear all this. So I wanted to bring that into fruition too as well. Your teenage years will be a mirror, your 20s will be a mirror, your 30s will be a mirror until you actually access all the Kundalini current frequencies, all the Lightbody upgrades. And then there is that freedom in your heart. You access the fifth dimension. You realize that there is a crystalline energy matrix. You get to see the fairies. You get to see all the magical and mystical kingdoms. You connect to Gaia. You're going on walks. You can speak your languages, multiple languages. You can bring in codes and light codes and art and beauty and all kinds of really beautiful stuff. And that really is you clear. You're pretty clear. Okay, so it took you could took you 3 to 4 years or 8 years to be able to purify all of those old systems, old energies out of your body at a rapid speed. Okay, so a few abilities that will happen when you have a full embodiment with source consciousness. When you hit the full embodiment, so 2000, going back 2000, I have to go back for a minute. Everything is just quantum is just different types of equations and geometrics. So we're going to go back to the blueprint 2018. I actually was seeing myself multidimensionally shift into other people. Multidimensionally shift, like I could see their body inside of my body. Multidimensionally shifting, I would be taking a shower, whenever it is that my distractions were out of my head. I would sit there and I could see someone, either someone I just met, like their consciousness inside of my body. I could actually see them in my body, and I could see just meeting them for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I actually could see them, like fully embody them. Okay. That's an actual ability of teleportation. So anyone that has that experience, if you have those type of experiences, because you will freak out. Anyone would freak out if you're sitting there and you see yourself as somebody else. So at the beginning, you will go, whoa, this is bizarre. Or you could be fully aware in your avatar or fully expanded enough going, oh, I know this is source consciousness. This is what source consciousness is. So this is just source kind of transmitting a conscious radio station. So anyone else, it would be really intense for too, especially if you come from or you were programmed with a lot of unconscious belief systems too. So you would think you're going crazy, or you're losing your mind, or whatever it is that your unconscious belief systems are. And it is unconscious belief systems, but we're going to say that for a minute. It's more lack of awareness, and everyone is lack of awareness right now, especially for the galactic consciousness and source consciousness. It doesn't come with a manual. There's no manual for anything. So Merkaba bodies, light bodies, and all of that beautiful surrounding information, only you are here to share it. So if you have wild experiences, you should be on sharing. You should share, because I'm sure you guys know that a lot of people, millions of people are going to be awakening the Kundalini systems a lot more. And the higher heart chakra. So I hope you guys get all your ancient keys and activate your divine wisdom templates and get ready to be the quantum surgeons and the beautiful quantum therapists and all different types of tools and energy tools. So I hope that you guys are all receiving that right now, because the ones that are sitting here listening to my transmission, I'm going to say our transmission, the one that is listening to this transmission, you guys are the ones that have your stories to share, your experiences, so you can assist. So there's lots of energy tools that we're going to have to activate today, right? So that's why we're activating the Ascension Master Keys with Lord Lanto. So it really is going to be full blown. It's It's not even light waves, because you can access those from any time in space. But a lot of our beautiful species here, and it's all the species, are going to be hitting a thymus grid. And then also, it was last year, it was the third eye. So now it's the crown center. So all of you guys, Gaia's crown center is like fully open and integrating all of this light, rainbow light, and it looks like blue plasma rainbow light. It's actually really beautiful. And it's all these new sun systems. It's so beautiful that the crown chakra is fully open on Gaia. So guess what? Guess whose crown chakras are going to pop open all at the same time? All of you guys. You should have a lot of energy coming through the crown right now. So if you feel like your halo is activating, how many of you guys see rainbow halos around your crown? You all should have rainbow halos around your crown. That's what Gaia says. All of you guys are upgrading to whatever she upgrades to. So you should feel like your crown's exploding, and you should see rainbow currents. You could see purple hues. Depends on the age too. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, then you most likely have a purple crown chakra. If you are younger than that, it's going to be rainbows, or it'll look like a solar disk. A solar disk, like you're looking into a sun. Like if you know how when you look up at the sun, you look down at your crown, and you can actually move the consciousness out of your body. You can teleport out of your body and look down. That's a form of teleportation. You should be able to see, it looks like a solar disk above your crown. And yes, it is very easy, because the planet is just way high in frequency, so high, really high in frequency. Anybody should be able to access teleportation, that form of teleportation. So we'll call that not translocation. We're going to call it teleportation, but we'll use biolocation. Or that's fine, multidimensionally teleporting. Multidimensionally moving your consciousness. Okay, so 2018, and I'm just sharing my experience is our experience, because 2018, I have a collective pod on the planet that I'm most likely they were able to experience source consciousness and source consciousness embodiment. Source consciousness embodiment is that you hit the 12th dimensional grid system and fully anchor in those templates. And that also is a strand too as well. And that will be the God realm. So you'll be integrating lots of gods. Like I integrated with Shiva and all different types of Hindu gods, but Shiva actually was my highest integration during that time. Once I had the gods and the goddess integration, then it's just like an anchor to source consciousness, full embodiment of source consciousness. It's a dimensional grid that you do have to go through, but you will have to be okay with seeing everything. You're going to have to see everything. And when we say see everything, that you will have to see everything in the hologram, in the holographic hologram, how all collectives are set up, how all dimensions are set up, and Source will bring you up to show you everything in the fourth dimension, and that it's a mirror system that's set up in order for you to reflect. And then the mirror system goes, but how everyone is just Source on an experience. So a lot of us, which is all of us to me, are full embodiments of Source and God consciousness. I don't know how to explain that. There's advanced beings that are just full Source consciousness. So Source will be able to take you up to that dimension and show you how everything is, well, programmed too. How everything is programmed, but how everyone is connected through Source light. So if we're all connected through Source light and we are all one consciousness, that means that if you meet somebody for 5 minutes and you see that you are them, which is a form of teleportation, just want you to know that, and you see that you are them, or that you're sitting next to a friend or a family member and you can see your body is fully them, you are them, that is a higher it's not really higher dimensional grid. It's a dimensional grid of source consciousness. It's a dimensional grid of source. Okay, so that means that you have full access and always will have full access to consciousness of any soul species in this multiverse and transverse. Okay, because you will see souls right now, conscious of souls, but you can access any star systems. You can become a tree, you can become a grass. Yes, that's probably like a psychedelic trip that will never end, and it doesn't end. Okay, and it never will. This is our crystalline consciousness, crystalline source embodiment. Gasanti. Gasanti no shanti no korshanti. Gasanti no shanti na kiyu shanakati. So that one's a weird one. That one's a little bit different. That is definitely that you would know that that's a totally different type of Merkaba system than the two tetrahedrons. Everyone knows the Merkaba system is the first, the ancient Merkaba system. The Merkaba, the ancient Merkaba has two tetrahedrons, so you would know you're on a higher system when you start having these multidimensional experiences, that you are shifting into everything, and you can shift into the trees. So you most likely will feel like you're on a shamanic experience or a shamanic journey for the rest of your existence, and you are. And that's where we are. And then you will learn it's a teleportation ability. The one thing that was actually really cool is that there was a few times where I saw myself as a person that I allowed my consciousness to be merged with and to be activated with. And then I started to actually channel everything that is untold, everything that is masked within the family, everything that is covered up, everything that is just mask on top of mask, everything that is hidden. So it was very interesting, and it was a full channeling experience. And I started the source channeling. I'm going to call it source channeling, when you actually see that you're someone else, and that would freak out anyone that's not awakened yet. Ones that are fully conscious would know that this is a teleportation ability, and this is an ability of multidimensional consciousness, multidimensional source transmission. We'll go into the next one. So I was doing this in 2014 and having full-blown conversations with the consciousness of somebody's higher self. And they were just sitting in the body, but it's not like sitting in the body. It's what you call shifting. And I guess some of you would call it shape shifting, possibly, in certain mystical and magic mystery school terms. What it is a teleportation communication through the Merkaba system. So 2014, once I recognized I was able to do this, I realized that my light body was activated when I was younger. So obviously I was on what you call the ancient Merkaba system. The Merkaba, I call it the ancient light body. So that's a teleportation through all time and space. So I actually was talking to this person in another space and time. And it's really bizarre because it's through your throat chakra. And that's an access point to a higher dimensional system. And when I say access point to a higher dimensional system, when you have this ability, and you can call it channeling, but it's actually you connecting your consciousness to a seed owner. And I'm going to say a seed owner, so some might know what that means. But it means that the seed owner, I don't want to say owner, but that seed of frequency, that consciousness of source, that advanced being or not advanced being, but every person, place, and thing on this planet, every species on this planet and off planet have a seed source, a seed owner, seed source, permanent seed atom, higher self, a higher version that is fully access to eternal multidimensional consciousness that can have abilities beyond what your mind could even see right now. Okay. So when you are connecting and you are teleporting, and you could just sit and teleport, you would be teleporting, and the consciousness would merge, and that higher version of you would be speaking and would be telling you anything within the soul that needs to be adjusted, or fragments of self, fractals of self. So this ability, your Merkaba has to be activated when you start seeing this bizarre ability where you're shifting into other people. Now you will shift to multidimensionals because you have multidimensional aspects to all time and space, and that's weird too. But I'm talking about like you're walking, or you meet a woman or a man for the first time, and then you're walking away and you become them. So that is what I call multidimensional source abilities. I hope this assists anybody, because that could really be really bizarre too. And then there's lots of cleansing and clearing with the Kundalini too as well. If you hold lots of fear into your body of what is happening, if you hold lots of fear in the body, especially if it's belief systems of old belief systems, like old energy, or mental health, and that can keep you in an energetic pattern for a while, and trying to move through those barriers, kind of like, and it is a barrier in a sense. It's more like a hack in your consciousness, and it is a hack in the consciousness and like a trap in the consciousness too as well. So you would have to see if you can expand enough, and to activate your inner light codes, you could use blue codes, and you would transmit blue codes to see if you can dissolve those matrices really fast. Lots of tuning and toning in nature with the crystalline body too. Multidimensional source abilities. Multidimensional source abilities is all energy, and all energy transmissions is known. Yes, all energy. Multidimensional source abilities is all energy, all transmissions, awareness known, meaning known everything. Like it, you will see, hear, feel every single thing in the transverse. So you can call it channeling for right now. Seeing yourself multidimensional, yes, and this is another one. Aspects coming in and out. You have to see that there is a certain system, a Merkaba, not the ancient one, but there's higher Merkaba systems and diamond Merkaba systems where you actually will be able to see all of your multidimensional aspects. So if you see people shifting, yes, you will see people shifting, because you are seeing through all time and space. You're seeing through all time and space, and all spaces and time. Then if you see anyone shifting in front of you, that's an awesome ability. I've had them for years. It's actually really cool. And I guess, I feel like the avatar within me felt like I was pure enough in the heart to have a lot of fun with this ability. I don't have judgment, and I'm a crystal child. Crystal children don't have judgment. Star children and star beings do not have judgment towards people at all. So I actually loved it. I had fun. You're a full-blown star being, full-blown crystal children. We don't hold frequencies of the old systems, if that makes sense. Hopefully that will expand you. I also didn't run away in fear. So those were like the avatar inside of me just would sit there and go, well, this is cool. This is new. Eventually the avatar within inside you, or inside us, will say, well, this is you seeing through all time and space. So you're seeing all aspects of them. You can call them higher selves, but most likely it's all thems in all spaces and time. And all time and space, yes. Anyways, that's coming from Lyran. So expanding Lyran transmission. Yeah. He's sending all of you guys the Aurora ray right now. It's time to expand, everyone. And just to open up that awareness too, is that you're seeing them through all time and space. And all time and space, the human species is still an angelic human, an angelic multidimensional human, always has been. The human species and all species on the planet are crystalline, and they are. They have density on their body, and that's about it. At least that's what I see walking around on this planet. I see crystallization on everyone. I see how beautiful you are. I can see your crystallization headdresses. I can see the beautiful headdresses that you have. You guys are absolutely radiant, and beauty. And you just, some of you guys look like you could be in mud, and that's it. So could be piles of mud, and I had it too at one point. So that's actually what I see, is that we're all angelic species on this planet, and it only really has been a very short period of time. A few thousand years is actually very short to aeons or trillions of years. So hopefully you'll be able to go and open a little bit with me, just to see that if you're seeing multidimensionally through all time and space of someone, then you're going to see humanoids. You're going to see humanoids and lizards and reptilians and all kinds of really cool stuff. Different humanoids, crocodiles and birds and felines and mermaids and all kinds of really cool souls too. Angelic human is a little bit different. Could be feline too. Feline and lizard, that's cool. You're actually going to be able to see feline and different, I'm going to say reptile systems, dino, that's pretty cool. Being able to see all the dino systems, they're all crystallized and crystal beings. I got to see a really weird being last night or the night before, and it's crystallized. So it to anybody else, they would, because of it looks a little black, I think. That's probably density on it. But I could see blue crystals around it. To me, it still looks crystallized, even on what I was receiving in its blueprints. So if you are seeing shifting, now you can see what you think human shifting is. So you could see multiple humans in somebody. You can see multiple humans in yourself. Because when you open up, you realize that there's parallel Earth and parallel universes. And if you expand enough you can open up in a hologram and take your hands like this and open up, you should be able to see maybe about seven timelines, or 7 parallel universes or Earth systems. I'm going to say we're going to call them timelines, because we call them timelines. So if you take your hands and you go like this, you will see blue frequencies, and it will kind of look like a little bit like boxes, but it's not really boxes, but little sections. And if you open up, you would be able to see that most likely is all used through all time and space that you're looking at. So each section is a vibrational timeline in a universe, a parallel Earth, the multidimensional Earth system. It could be Andromeda, the Milky Way, and those are all used existing in time. So what you're seeing is simultaneously existence. But if you open up, you'll be able to vibrate to see how many aspects that you have accessed. So that could be fun too, if you learn how to do this. No, it's not split personality. Split personality is just the old Earth system. Yeah. Kundalini awakening will probably be transverse split personality then. So you could become a tiger, actually. So hopefully that will expand you. All right. And this is, I know you're playing, but if you open up, if we're going to play around, it would be, we would call it universal split personality. And that actually can happen too. The one thing is that through my experience of a lot of these bizarre experiences is that I had too many distractions, way too many distractions of perceptions of others. Once I removed all of these contracts completely, perceptions of others and belief systems within inside of me, but moved out of every existence of contracts that I ever had in this incarnation, because those really were all of my distractions in a sense. Once you move out of all of these distractions, or you feel like you have to do this or do that, or whatever belief systems you have in your everyday waking up, that I have to do this, and I have to take a shower and brush my teeth, and I don't have time for meditation, I don't have time for anything, stuff like that. I have to go do all this stuff and no time for me. Eventually that goes too. And then you will realize those are all distractions, and there's all different types of distractions. And then once you remove the other distractions, where you're looking for peace all the time, you're always looking for peace, eventually everything goes. Once you remove everything, that's actually where, when you have these experiences, you'll be able to expand more, that you'll be able to actually sit with the avatar version or higher self, whatever you connect to, oversoul version of you. And you will not have an acceleration of fear running through your body. You won't be fear and hiding, and I'm going to hide from everybody, and I'm walking on eggshells with everyone that I know. But you choose that reality and you create that reality. So that's all creation within inside of you. Once you actually step back and you start to choose your soul on a soul level, and you start to remove all of what you see, has to go. And it has to go because that is not the that's not a part of the contracts. That's all your attachments, that's all your belief systems, your identities to self. Those are where you hold attachments. Most of us, when we start the ascension initiations, we do go inward for many years. A lot of us will, you can call it introverted, but it's not, the word's introverted, that we release millions of contracts. We release everything, actually. And I mean everything that has an attachment in a cord, because it holds no purpose in our reality, or it's not tolerated anymore in our reality. Any type of unconscious energetic patterns of behavior will go to as well. And that's just because it just doesn't come in. Is a lot of pulling away, so we can have the awesome moments, the mystical and the magic moments, and to see that it's really not that bad, actually. So I feel like it's just a bunch of illusions, but you'll have to pull back your soul fragments and fractals of self. And where you're hiding at, those are soul retrievals. You will have to continually pull back all parts of you through all time and space, and pull back your power, and to recognize, what does that even mean? What does reclaiming your power mean? Where do you put your energy to 24/7? Where are you at all the time? Are you in your head? And that's where you give your power away. If you're always giving your power away, worrying about other people and stressing and fear, then that's going to take a few more years to clear out of your body. Then you will go and start to align to soul dedicated, like maybe breath work, or you'll go to retreats. You'll open up passageways to retreats so you can find inner peace. And then you'll be around people that are like you, or have really extreme, bizarre behaviors too as well. Because that can happen too as well. I've had lots of people come to me that have had Kundalini experiences, Kundalini awakening, and feeling also, yes, feeling like there's a being coming into their body. The only being that's coming into the body is your oversoul. So it's the highest version of you that's integrating. So yes, it will be bizarre. And if you're a god waking up, that being will be in the body, and it's a god self. So yes. And I also tell people that no, you'll never be the same again. And no, everything that you see in front of you, all contracts that you see in front of you right now will be gone, because that is just quantum existence. And it really is. Those are attachments and identities to self. Most likely you'll have fear attachments for a long time. Nothing ever will be the same, and no, you won't be the same ever, because you're fully embodied with source consciousness. You're fully embodied. You're fully embodied with your higher self. The higher self does not tolerate unconsciousness. So when you fully come into your power and you speak in your power, you speak in your cosmic voice, and you speak in that higher self transmission. That transmission doesn't allow unconsciousness behaviors, energetic patterns, doesn't tolerate certain energies around. And then there's also lacks a lot is in blissful states of consciousness, and is in blissful states all the time. So you'll be in pure bliss, and that's the crystalline DMT that runs through the vortexes in the body. So that's where you pretty much know that anything that is still there that is in the other dimension, most likely it will have to kind of tune and tone out, and it comes back in. So those are all contracts. You can always repair contracts, and you can rewrite contracts as long as it's in pure honor, pure respect, and pure integrity, and pure love. And you can go in and look too as well. You can walk in and you can see all the programs running. You can see what's still running. You can pay attention and just do it with love. Do not do it from a place of your ego. Do it with a place of discernment, and actually move in and see what programs are running, what transmissions are still running in those bands. And then if you start to see those transmissions or ego, you can feel it right away. You can feel the density and all of the creations of self and all of these contracts, and then you feel it and go, okay, well, it hasn't anchored to the fifth dimension yet. So you can move in and out, and that's lots of repair and lots of rewrite to unconscious contracts. Or you will be to be a star seed, and once a star seed, star child, star being fully comes fully online, and these are all for the avatars too. And there is a little somewhat of a difference. When the avatars and the star beings come fully online, their sole dedication is Gaia and sharing with humanity. Okay, so everything that you know, you never will be the same. You just never will. Okay, everything most likely falls away. When we come fully online, we're here we're here as speakers. We're here as speakers for unconsciousness, and we're here as speakers for souls. A lot of us are star beings are also on rescue missions. So a lot of the time we're on rescue missions for many years, moving a lot of people over to a higher platform, or working a lot in our dream state, and that will be with all projects and groups, different types of intelligence and artificial intelligence that is still playing out in the collectives every single day and through all time and space too as well. So a lot of us, especially the avatars, they have a big grid that they're working on right now. So your life will change. You never will be the same. And once you fully come online, that soul mission, that soul purpose is only for that. So a lot of us, we don't have people living with us. We don't have people living with us actually, because of our vibrational frequency bands for a long time. We might have just one person living with us that we take fully into the fifth dimension and beyond with us. And that could be true and not true, but as you activate more of the universal systems, the universal templates, we don't have people around us at all. And it really has to do with our soul missions here, especially if you're doing rescue missions for 5 years or 6 years. especially when you can look into the collectives and you can see all the projects that are running, even galactic projects too as well. So there's still a lot of galactic projects that have a lot of distortions. There's a lot of us that came in and that came online recently, actually, and that are here to assist with councils to move that energy out completely, or to be those system busters and those matrix busters, actually. So that's a whole another matrix in itself. Collective matrices too as well. It's not like pointing the fingers, but it's different projects, different galactic projects. And I'm going to say galactic because to me it's all galactic projects anyways. Different systems and group systems, and it's not the group systems that you guys actually think that it is, you guys read about, that are channeled by human consciousness. So it's not them at all. These are what we call behind the scenes, the scene behind the scene of the scene. So it has nothing to do with those type of intelligence. It's more like a lot of it's actually an artificial network that has been running for 1,500 years. I'm sorry, 1500 years. 15, well, never mind, 1,500 years. Yeah, that's right. So it's everything that everyone thinks that it is, which is funny. It's actually hilarious because all the channeled, everything that everybody channels, if you pay attention to it, that's nothing compared to what's really out there. So I call it the scene, the biggest smoke screen that you'll ever see. So that's like a huge matrix system, collective system that we've been all working on too as well, which it's just a programmer station. When you connect with source and you fully embody those source frequencies, you would know that it's just like a program system that is running, like an artificial intelligent network. So it's just interesting to sit and observe. And those are not, it's like way off kilter, which is really funny. So it's just like totally in a different direction. So the channelings are good, I guess, but it's nothing compared to what we've been working on. It's just like a little speck. Is interesting. So star beings and avatars, eventually when you come fully online in the future, and that could be about 8 to 10 years of activating the Kundalini body, activating the diamond body, fully coming online. That's where you do enough what you call purification. You become more of a pure consciousness and a really cool time traveler being, that you'll be able to sit and to get lots of missions done with different councils. Once you are processed, you move through your veils. And your veil systems is for, it most likely would be like your plates being restored, like your memories being restored. That you do work with different councils, or maybe a particular rescue group that came in here. Plan B, yeah. So that's where you will have parts of you that you feel like are split for a while, because there's the part of you that is connected to your, your ancestral line, or the ones that you love. And then there's another part of you that knows what you're doing here for, what you're here for. And then that could go back and forth, or you could become unconscious or confused for a while, or nothing is real, because that happens with the Kundalini awakening too as well. And that's a reset. So if you feel like you're being resetted, you want to just make notes, put sticky notes up on your bed and just say, just remember your avatar, or remember your higher self, or remember that you are the higher self, or remember that you're a star being, something like that. In order for you to remember for a little bit, eventually that energy will break down, and those energies will start to break down. Okay. Now, if you're having extreme Kundalini experiences and you have aspects activating, or spirit attachments in your body that actually are amplifying out of the body, so spirit attachment or aspects of self that, I'm going to say, would not be the highest. Okay, and that actually is more, it's not really split for personality, but I'm going to call that a multidimensional split into a shadow network, is what I'm going to say. And you feel like this aspect is could be like demeaning, or a vibrational frequency that you know that this is not okay. You are fractaled, you're most likely fractaled, and you hit a wire. So if you hit a wire, you guys can always come see me, and just email me too as well. So it's a fragment, like if you're hitting yourself and stuff like that, it's most likely an aspect, and it's an aspect or a spirit attachment possibly, and that actually that can happen with the Kundalini awakening, and that is that would be a rip in your veil. Okay, so you can always come in and email us. I have a different approach, more of a cosmic shamanism way of approach in consciousness. So I do not believe in anything in the system at all. I don't believe in nothing in this matrix, nothing of any belief systems on this planet. I do not believe in any of them. And there's a point to it. So I can bring in new ways of assisting my family, assisting myself. When I say family, I'm talking about my soul family, my star child here. So I always have to say, remove everything 24/7, and don't have any beliefs of anything on this planet that ever was told to me, even galactics too. So galactics that process me or talk to me, I don't believe them either. And I know that. So I can bring in new. So I won't believe in nothing, so I can have something new come in, so I can share it and to be able to assist someone. So I'm going to say that's more of a fragment and a fractal in the consciousness. You probably hold a lot of fear in the body and not understanding the facets in the body yet, the crystal facets in your body too. The transmitter crystals and all the crystals and diamonds in your body transmit through all time and space, and spirit attachments if you have lots of spirit attachments around in your field, aspects too as well, and then certain types of implanted networks. So there's a lot that could be, there's a lot going on. Wirings, and then there's different wires too as well that we can blow a grid. And the blow a grid is that you could feel high anxiety, or there's all different types of symptoms for that one too. So there's like all different types of symptoms. So you can always email us if it ever goes that far, and it has a lot to do with the crystals in your body. A lot of people's like, that's great. It's the crystals, it's facets. It's like streaming through radio stations in a sense. The crystals can see the crystals in your body. Transmit, but channel. I'm going to say channeling right now. Channel all time and space, and can connect to all different types of radio stations, radio frequencies inside of your body. So that can be very intense for somebody too. A lot of children actually experience this. So a lot of children do this too as well. Most likely they will have spirit attachments or an aspect of self that was created, and it has to do with control and domination. So that's also why they do it. But whatever it is that they put labels on them for, and lots of labeling. It's kind of like seeing a kid there with all these sticky notes all over their head. And that's how the children talk to me, is that they have sticky notes all over their head. That's how all the caretakers label them. And it's really just control and domination. So there's a lot of awareness that needs to be brought. And yes, I will speak for them because I have a very strong telepathic communication to all of them around the planet, actually. So there'll be like a new awareness. So eventually those sticky notes will come off like one at a time, as their parent opens the heart and activates their Kundalini in their life body and expands in consciousness. And then they'll take their labels off of their child. If you want to bring it into the physical, if you feel like that you still label your child, but you're consciously aware, because that can happen too. That's what you call the split in consciousness. I call that's like a multidimensional split, and that you're moving through different vortexes or spiral systems, so that will happen. You could play with your kid and kind of put, well, don't put the labels, put sticky notes. Don't put the labels, especially if your kid could read. Take sticky notes and kind of like put it on their head and bring it into the physical to dismantle it, and just take little sticky notes off of them. And then that will help you dismantle your labels and how you label. So it's actually, it'll be a fun game. Just don't put the labels. Or if you want to have fun with your kid to the next awareness level, that you would have them write down what you feel, or what you feel, and you can write that down too, but what they feel like you label them with, and have them write it down. And then you can put on the head and say, okay, I'm taking this one off, I'm taking that one off, I'm taking this one off, I'm going to take this one off, and we're going to become new again. And that's a way of playing with your children in what we call conscious awareness ways, frequencies, different types of frequencies that you can bring in of a higher frequency, to see how you can shift your consciousness from labeling your child, or labeling yourself. Or labeling yourself. So you can, if you label yourself, you can start with yourself first. You write it on Post-it notes and put it on your head. This is like, that's what just came in for today. I have to make sure I cover everything, because we're going into a few hours. Ascension energy update. Golden liquid light plasma and silver liquid light plasma is absolutely beautiful coming in. We have the new Aurora sun frequencies that are coming in, and they are really beautiful transmissions. The one thing is that you're going to feel like that you can't get out of the bed, you can't move out of the bed. You're going to feel like you're stuck to the bed because it's plasma. Could feel very heavy. Sleeping a lot, which is good, because the more you sleep, the more you integrate. The dream realm is really active and super active in all dimensions right now, because we're merging another dimensional grid, and we are also converging a lot of timelines. So there's a big multi-dimensional grid merging, which this one's a little bit bizarre. We're going to be working with our and I say bizarre because I'm actually seeing a lot of shamanic worlds, which I think is cool, but that's probably my inner. I'm seeing lots of the inner world, the middle world. Yeah, the inner world, the middle world, which is the inner earth, everything coming together as one. So it's really cool. So all dimensions, actually all dimensions of Gaia, as she's activating the crown center and transmitting all this light in through her crown, there's lots of merging of dimensions, mystical kingdoms. We were doing tree teleporting in dream work time. I was teleporting through trees, lots of ancient keys, like ancient memories, ancient abilities are coming online. So I was teleporting through trees, teleporting through beautiful oak trees all the way to the UK. So that was awesome. Really cool ancient abilities coming online, but it was a lot of the higher world, the higher world, the middle world, and I call it the inner world, which you would call the underworld, right? Everything coming together, which I think that is Asgard, is what they're showing me, and it's fine. It's all the inner earth. So that's what I'm seeing, but it's so vivid with this Aurora pearl plasma light that's coming online. Absolutely amazing. It is like full-blown shamanic journeys all night long, which is awesome. Those of you that are still scared that you're on a shamanic journey for the rest of your life, embrace it. Yes, you are. Welcome to the new earth. Welcome to super galactic consciousness. Welcome to the new worlds, okay? Because this is us 24/7, and it's all crystalline. Crystalline DMT expansions, naturally produced through solar photonic light, key codes in our body. Crystalline light, crystalline plasma light in our bodies. There's just wild experiences. Ancestral lines we're going to be working on for 2023. So healing our ancestors is huge, but it's all connected to the sacred tribes of Lemuria, sacred tribes of Gaia. So it's all ancestral tribes of Gaia. It's really beautiful, with the crown opening and our crown opening, and the halo activating on the crown of Gaia. So it's like a whole new system she's bringing in. It's really beautiful when you tune into it. So this is coming into, you would know that like all the higher centers are opening, that there's going to be lots of magic and probably lots of events, earth events. Okay. So yes. So lots of earth events. I don't want to use that word, but let's just say that she could be shaking and rumbling. Okay. I know 2027 we have a big one because I wrote everything down, but I don't do. I'll just kind of see what comes in from different travelers. So 2027 and 2024, but I have it all written down, and they will be big events. Now the next cool thing is that there's a comet, a green comet that has pearl plasma that also is activating us too. We also had the new moon in Aquarius, which was massive and huge. Everyone should have felt like a really, like a big shift. That was the first new moon in Aquarius, first new moon for 2023, which is absolutely beautiful. A lot of you guys should have felt like a lot of cords came off of you, like a lot of anchors fell off of you. A big conscious shift, huge conscious shifts. Lots of upgrades though, massive upgrades and ancient memories, ancient abilities. All of our ancient abilities, our soul missions are fully online. Our soul purpose, our soul path, what do we really want to do? Are we still hiding? Are we not hiding? No, we're not hiding anymore. A lot of us are coming up, coming out of the closet. You know, it took me a while to come out of that closet. A lot of the curtains are closing. Lots of false flags. So hopefully you guys don't buy into those illusions, because I will share that, because I do get this. If I get this information, I'll share it with you. Lots of false flags coming in, and the curtains are no longer closed. So hopefully a lot of you guys will know what that means. No closed curtains anymore. Everything's wide open and transparent. So lots of false flags. Please do not go into them. I said no. So big false flags. There's major smoke screens, big smoke screens we call them, all to be revealed. Anyways, okay. So some of you might. I don't really know. I didn't ask what they were. I'm just going to say that there's been a few false flags. So I'm not going to go into the details, because I'm not in that collectives, and I moved out of that collectives. So I can bring in a crystalline silver diamond universe to anchor here with rainbows and colors and crystals and magic and all this really cool stuff. So I'm gonna stay here. But that is going on. We have lots of templates that we're working on. Yes, and then also it was the closest, the new moon was the closest to 1,000 years, which opened up a huge ancestral healing gate center for all of you guys. A lot of you guys should be feeling like you're working on a lot of your ancestral lines, healing your bloodlines, activating your royalty bloodlines, cleansing and clearing out lots of shadow energies, addictions, distortions, addictions, distortions, abuse systems, path cutters, breaking cycles. A lot of you guys are going to be doing that this year. Massive, massive work, because that new moon, the new moon was the closest to the earth in 1,000 years, and that opened up a huge, huge star portal in Africa. So there's like a massive gate system, a huge, huge star portal in Africa. So it's actually really, really cool if you tune into it. So today, this is a few hours. They're not ever going to be this long, but I felt like we're doing another masterclass. Today, I would like you to have your journals out. And because it was so massive, I would love for you guys to create an altar, and a sacred crystal altar or spirit altar or shamanic altar. And you can use all 4 directions. So you can use the sun tribe, which is the south tribe. So south direction is the sun tribe. The sky and air tribe is going to be the east. The land tribe is going to be the north. And the sacred water tribes, and these are all ancestral tribes, and that's going to be the west directions. So the north, south, east, and west direction. And we're going to be connecting to that grid system. And you can create all directions, or you can focus in one direction. If you want to activate your Merkaba, you would focus in the sun tribe direction, and that would be your south direction. And to activate the Merkaba system to return to pure light consciousness, you will have to do lots of shadow work. So the south usually, sometimes, not always, the south direction is lots of phoenix cycles, phoenix energies, because you'll see sun phoenixes coming in. It's actually really cool. Different types of beings. Yes, I almost forgot about that one. Lots of solar deities will be assisting you. Lots of sun gods will be coming in. It gets kind of wild, but you will be seeing 444 working through phoenix energies, and also working through your shadow systems. As you clear and work through these systems, you are the path cutters, and you are breaking the cycles as you activate your light body and your solar body, your solar sun body. So you would work in the south direction. I saw an eagle. Oh wait, it's a griffin. Okay. Am I allowed to talk about it? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Sorry, I had to talk to a griffin that I just saw. Um, I was like, that's a big griffin, guys. Okay. Designing a sacred altar that is connected to healing your ancestors, which will assist you with self-healing and self-love. So you can work in any direction that you want to, or just set up a sacred ancestral altar to honor your ancestors, and to call them in, and to meditate, and to see what frequencies need to leave your body. And it's all just frequency and energy. So what frequencies in the body that you can transmute today in order to clear as a vortex. Gold ray. The gold ray is divine wisdom. So if you activate the gold ray in your body and you work with Lord Lanto, will assist you with healing your ancestors. The gold ray transmission, golden light, and you can clear through your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus. You can also activate your gold ray light body. You can use there's a new system, a whole new light technology that just came online besides the Aurora Sun one. That's going, and all of you guys have access to it because you can work with it every day. And that's going to be the rose gold light technology, and it's a starlight technology. If you connect to Goddess Hethar, or the Hethars, which is the 11th dimensional beings, or Lyrans, that's fine. If you connect, they will assist you with the new star portal technology. So rose gold, and it's new. Oh, it's new to a lot of us, right? rose gold. I'm gonna say this. It is a new plasma frequency. It's new rose gold diamond frequency. And then there's a rose gold pink plasma light technology, which is another star portal technology from a higher dimensional grid, 11D to 15D, higher harmonic universal light technology that you can use to heal your ancestors and to activate your new Merkaba, your new light body systems. As you know, we activate the light technology. The ant people, yes, there are ant people. This is a community. I know it's probably community, but there is ant people. I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay, so yesterday I was in a session, and I'm in this beautiful session with this beautiful star seed, because I always have star seeds, and I have different rays of light coming to this to sit and listen to me for I guess for a few hours or something. Um, which is funny. I'm going to say that. Anyways, so I'm sitting here, I look outside my window, and there's a huge gold griffin walking in my backyard, in our backyard, yeah. Walking, a gold griffin, a huge gold griffin. I almost like fell out of my bed going, oh my God, it was so vivid. It was so vivid that I was like, oh, wow. It was so beautiful. So gold griffins are activating. The one thing is that I'm assisting them with more Stargate translocation. So moving through Stargates to access their home planet. So they need assistance with accessing their star planet to move off of this planet. So I will be doing that too. Okay, so now we're going to go into crystals. Let's do 10 days. I'm gonna say we'll work through a quantum jump, because every time we do the golden age tea time, which I hope everybody has their tea, because this one is long. Connecting to our golden age tea time and tea ceremony around the world. So if you guys, the ones that are here on the chat, I would love for you to say where you're from so we can all connect together as light family. And to say where you're from around the planet. So we are in night tea time ceremony and day tea time ceremony and mid tea time ceremony. So welcome to the golden age tea time, as I say. I'm going to say 10 days before our next quantum jump together. Every single time that you guys have any transmission from this universal temple light ship, from the light ship, you guys are all multiple timeline jumping. So we're going to activate our quantum jump today. So just close your eyes. We're going to activate the quantum jump. We're going to do a multiple timeline jump, Stargate transmission. We're going to open up a Stargate, and I'm going to connect to a few crystals right now. Would be shungite and larimar crystals. Shungite and larimar. I hope I'm saying this right, but it's shungite and larimar. And pink kyanite. I believe it's called Alexandrite. I hope. I think it's called Alexandrite. It's a high vibrational synergy crystal. And I see that coming through. I hope I'm saying it right. If I'm not saying it right, I apologize. Drinking my hot cocoa. Yes, we have. That's our new beautiful star sister. in South Dakota. We have beautiful Jolene and beautiful Anne. We have Harmony in Utah. We have beautiful Monique is in the Netherlands. I hope I said it right. Matt will find it and he'll type it on the chat. I think it's at Alex. Alexander, stop it. Alexander Knight. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's a 12 synergy crystal. So I know it's a higher vibrational crystal. Purple calcite. Purple calcite. Orange calcite is definitely orange calcite. Those frequencies are definitely transmitting. Purple celestialite. Purple celestialite. And that's another frequency I see coming in. Spirit quartz is really beautiful. Just a beautiful frequency. And that will assist you with harmonizing your auric field. There's lots of rainbow frequencies that transmit through it. Transmitting with the Andaras. Red Andaras. So I have this one came in and wanted to work with you guys today. Yes, thank you. Alexanderite. I think that's how you say it. This is from Karen in Arkansas. So this one's going to be activating you. It's a beautiful red solar fire transmission. It's a solar fire Indara. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you happen to see these ones, this one is a solar fire Indara, and I materialized it. I was looking through an oracle deck, and within a few days it came to me. So Karen is one of our beautiful followers in Arkansas, and she mailed it to me, I think 4 or 5 days later. I saw it in an Indara oracle card, and I said, I want to work with this one. It's a solar fire Indara, and it came to me as a gift from my star sister. And she's in Arkansas, and she's going to be opening up something really beautiful on land, and it will be a galactic transmitter temple. I think she'll have multiple temples. I see multiple temples through labyrinths. I'm sorry, labradorite. But yeah, labradorite. Probably. I hope she listens to me. But labradorite. Yes, thank you. It's really beautiful, and that really is transmitting right now. So labyrinths. She's going to build different labyrinths, and it'll be a galactic transmitter temple. I think she'll have many temples on it. So thank you, Karen. I wanted to show this one, and it's a solar fire Indara transmission. This one's really beautiful. This is also a solar fire white Indara. Hopefully you can see it. This is it's a solar fire transmission too. So this one activates the Kundalini frequencies, Kundalini Lightbody. A soul fire, yes. It's also opal. A beautiful opal transmission. He said, so white Indaras, beautiful white Andaras, and yellow. Lots of yellow. Yellow and orange crystals. So yellow Andaras for about 10 days. Lots of yellow. Different frequencies of yellow and white. Beautiful white Andaras. I love crystals too. So I love Andaras and crystals. Orange, reds, and white, and beautiful yellows. And now they all want to say hello to you. And this is a pink Krystalline Aurora. Very beautiful. Beautiful transmitter. It's pink Krystalline plasma diamond transmitter. And it transmits Christ unconditional love. It's transmitting more rainbow frequencies actually coming through it, but it's a very clear pink frequency. This one has all new rainbow technology coming through. So those are the Andarians that are transmitting. And of course, they all want to say hello to you. And this is the purity of Lemuria. Yeah, this one has fully integrated, and they will tell you when they activate too. They will let you know when they're fully activated. So these ones integrated new templates, and now we are going into cosmic shamanism teachings for the next few years. So I'm really excited. It seems like it's definitely soul aligned. It assisted with all templates of all different types of high alchemy, wisdom, and cosmic shamanism, Gaia shamanism, universal shamanism. So there's a lot transmitting, but it's a lot of Lemuria. So I'm excited. And there was a huge purification for 2 weeks with that set. And it definitely shifted everything in consciousness to the right places inside. Gershon Teresha Forshanti Akashana. Desan Tushane. Gushan Tanakati. Yes. Pink kyanite. If you guys love pink kyanite, they will assist you with activating star portals in your body and assist with attunements, especially if you're a healer. If you do hands-on healing or virtual healing, pink kyanite will assist you with giving and receiving attunements, sacred attunements. They're just beautiful frequencies of unconditional love and pure love consciousness that emanates off of them. Nishanti Nishanti. Gushanakatanka Santi. I don't think I have that one, but it's on my altar, but it's the Liramar is the stone of Atlantis. And that really will activate. It will activate a huge transmission for the new Atlantis grids, which is going to be more on the East Coast, I feel, at least for us anyways. And then it also will help you clear distortions for Atlantis. So I wore a Laramar piece, a beautiful Laramar piece for a very long time, many years. And it opened up all of my ancient keys, ancient wisdom, and all of my healing abilities, crystal healing abilities, everything. So I highly recommend that piece. And to wear it for a few years, especially if you feel like you're confused a lot about your path. If you feel like I remember, but I don't remember, it would be a good amulet, like to wear it as an amulet. Very close to your higher heart chakra. And it will activate the higher heart, the higher consciousness awareness for you. And it should bring on tons of wisdom for you. You do clear distortions for a few years, but it's a beautiful piece to merge with your body. If you pair it with moldavite, you should pair it with moldavite. You'll come out of your body if you're okay with being If you're okay with being in higher dimensions, you'll be feeling like you're coming out of your body with both of them. But I love it, so I always will put Learmar and Moldavite and Shungite. I used to put all of that together, and it's like a natural current to keep you into the fifth dimension and beyond. The only thing is that your body has to tune and tone to those high frequencies. So you could feel anxiety. You could feel the light is really activating, but it merges with the consciousness of your crystals. You become the Laramar, you become the Shungite, you become the Moldavite. You do become a Moldavite meteorite body, so that's fun. Yes, Shanti, no Shanti. Yes, it is. Yes, it will be. It will be if you, I'm gonna say it will be more pricier if for the grade. So you just want to pay attention to that. If anything, Matt, I can get you some over here. They're actually, to me, they're actually pretty reasonable. And then I can mail them to you. Okay? So just message me later. All right. So these are opening up with the beautiful crystals and Andaras. So for 10 days, sleep with them. Sleep with them. You can take baths or showers with them. You carry them around all day long and work with them. You can do your own crystal grids on your body. You can lay down and open up to crystals and do crystal grids on your body. Meditate for 30 minutes to an hour a day and do breath work and relax your body. And that's both with crystals and Andaras. I would highly recommend setting up a massage table, and that you can set it up like a crystal grid. Set up a massage table, and you can use crystals underneath of it, and then grid on top, and that would be like your sacred space where you can connect to the crystals. So you want to grid underneath crystals and to tune and tone your light body, to activate your light body and Merkaba bodies, and crystals and Andaras, it doesn't matter. You can use both, but you know that that's your sacred time and that's your sacred space. That's your sacred energetic space for your own upgrades and your own quantum healing. So these are ideas for the new, and just setting up a beautiful light space and a beautiful crystal grid. You can bring spirit tools and put them underneath of your massage table, or you can set up a space on the ground, and you can get something really relaxing and comfy in one of your energetic spaces and design it. Make it like your new earth curation for your own energetic space, and you can put crystals around it and beautiful activating pillows. You also can put beautiful canopies around it. That way it's just really radiant, and plants, all different types of plants. So those are ideas too. Anything that you feel like is going to relax you and activate you. You can make a sacred space. New earth, sacred energetic space, or golden age energetic space. And that would be lots of gold and maybe diamond frequencies. So that will also amplify too. Journaling. As far as journaling right now, just see what comes up in your body. See what is still there, what frequencies are still running, because there's just frequencies, and frequencies is thoughts and energies. So thoughts and energies or chords, and write them down, and just start clearing every day. After you write them down, you want to just say, clear and delete these within my body, or sit and meditate and tune into the frequencies in your body. See if it has a color to it. Does it have a color? Are you able to see it? And just visualize moving it out of your crown. Visualize moving it out of your energy body and moving it up and out of the crown. And just tune into the frequencies in your body. See if you can still see the fourth dimensional bands in your body. or old belief systems in your body. And just breathe in and breathe out and do some breath work and see if there's a color. See if you can see the creation of your emotional body, and just move the frequencies out. After you see it, you journal it. You can start to tune into different color frequencies that are running in your body and just move it up and out the crown. Maybe you'll see old blueprints and you can break them down through breath work and just move them up and out of your crown center. Yes, we have beautiful Claire and Cody. Beautiful Cody. Yes, I can see you, Cody. I see you, Cody. Hello. Cody, you have to make a dinosaur grid. See if you can make me a dinosaur crystal grid. Okay? With different dinosaurs. I know, I can see him very clearly through my third eye. I can see him right here on my screen. He's running up to me. And he's talking to me. It's a very clear channel to him. Yes. Just go get your dinosaurs and make a crystalline dinosaur grid. And if you have dragons, make a dragon grid too. And then we'll work in the four corners. Let's work in the four corners together. Okay? All right. I can hear him so telepathically, so clearly. We'll do it with your mom and Julie. We're going to awaken all the dinosaurs. Wouldn't that be cool if you guys see like dinosaurs? A Tyrannosaurus Rex. I saw is it a Tyrannosaurus? I'm sorry. I saw a Tyrannosaurus walk right up to me. I am. I will be coming to see you guys soon. We have to wait for the snow to shift. Yes. We're going to move all the dinosaurs into a higher dimensional grid. But it was a Tyrannosaurus. A huge Tyrannosaurus that walked up to me. That was intense. It was really beautiful though. It had lots of gold frequencies. Yeah. Yes, they are. Yeah, I saw him to make his beautiful crystal grid. We will be over there around April or June. In the four corners, like in that area. We have a lot of work to do, but we're going to do more connection with the rock people, shamanic ceremonies. So it will be fun. We love you. We love you guys so much. Remember just to do your journaling and still see what we're going to move out. Remember when we remove belief systems that we allow something new to come in. When we start removing limitations and certain points of consciousness frequencies that just don't energetically align anymore, we can align to something new, that we can create something new. So as you're journaling what you feel like you're still releasing, what frequencies in your body you're still releasing, you can also journal your new opportunities, your new creations, your new opportunities, and start calling it forth for you. And it will materialize really fast right now because we're in a high vibrational point. So everything is coming in like instant right now, instant. Open the heart center. I hope this was able to assist all of you guys. I hope everyone, I will be doing more as I remember, because there's a lot of my memories that are gone. Of my Kundalini experience was um, extremely powerful, but extremely distorted. So, and it really has to do with where I chose to be, I guess, in contracts. So it really had to do with like with me and where I chose to be in soul contracts, if that makes sense. So the programming and the belief systems that I allowed myself to be programmed with for dissolving vortexes, collectives, and also collapsing matrices too as well. So it holds a lot of purpose to what I chose. There's a lot of purpose. The only thing is that it was really intense, very extreme intensity, multiple Kundalini experiences, Kundalini awakening, plasma awakening, all kinds of um, really cool abilities that would scare an unconscious human. So I will really go back and tune in to see how I can assist you guys. But I have been able to observe and to sit and observe of why was my Kundalini experience so fearful? Why was I full of so much fear? Why was I so like distorted or confused and titter-tottering all the time back and forth? I guess you call it titter-totter, but moving back and forth, if that makes sense, between dimensions. So it really has a lot to do with breaking down energy of chosen contracts here from the beginning. From the beginning of time and then through other times and spaces too. So it has a lot to do with beliefs. So I'll really tune in to see if there's anything else. There's some really cool abilities, some really amazing teleportation abilities, and starseed abilities that are just awesome. So I'll have those two really cool stuff, and then and then we'll go into different consciousness perceptions, different consciousness perceptions to kind of break the energy down. So I hope this will assist anyone. I'm sending love to everyone.